Hi, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca.x. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick-ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. Take time to reflect, reassess, and hold yourself accountable. As I record this, we are going into a Saturn retrograde, and that means it's a wonderful, incredible time for you to reflect on things, okay? So what I highly recommend is grab a notebook and pen, I'm old school, and write down everything that has been happening in your life. Okay, because things happen for you, not to you, okay? It's the emotional detachment that you need to assign to everything. And so what I want you to do is reflect. Have a look at what was great and what wasn't. Also, have a look at what's working and what isn't, okay? Because the things that are kind of not working and what kind of, should we say, went wrong and didn't go according to plan and all that, what are the lessons? This is where reflection is absolutely massive, okay? And it's really powerful technique and exercise to do, because also you can hold yourself accountable to what went right and what went wrong. You can assess everything. You can have a look at everything and go, right, okay, well, that was out of my hands. That was like a project at work and someone else was in charge of that. Yes, I could have stepped up, but my hands were tied, I was put in place, blah, 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 whatever it is. Really dissect every single thing. Okay, take time out, put a timer on your phone, put some Hertz music on and listen, okay? Put some things on YouTube, whatever you want to do. But really reflect on the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months, the past couple of years, whatever you feel drawn to reflecting on. Maybe an experience, maybe a season, maybe a situation, maybe you would just want to do professional and not personal. It's entirely up to you. You get to write the rules. You're the one holding the pen or pencil, right? So what you can do with this retrograde is really take time to reflect, take time out, take a step back and just have a look, because society is programmed that we're always chasing the next best thing. We're always shiny object syndrome. We're all after the next thing. Okay, we've been to a concert, now we want to go to the next one. We've been on a holiday and vacation, we want to go to the next one. And it's always about the future. Okay, and then sometimes, especially, shall we say, relationships, you will find that you'll have a relationship breakup and then guess what? You go straight into another one, or you have a bit of time but don't do any reflecting and don't do any healing work. You go into the next relationship and you're bleeding on that and you're bringing all your BS over to the next one. Guess what? You've not reflected. You've not assessed anything, reflected on anything. You might have spoken to your friends and they've said, oh yeah, rah, 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 and all this, you know, but you've not actually healed fully and everything. So with the reflection exercise, what it's going to do, it's going to give you clarity, okay? It's going to help you to shine a light and get that torch shining on, okay, what do I love? What do I want to keep on doing? What do I want to do? Rah, 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 all of this, okay, blah, 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 fill in the blank, dot, dot, dot. The other side of it, the flip of the coin, is you're going to see what hasn't worked, what made you feel icky, what was toxic, what was negative, what or who is going to be held accountable for things. And it's all about feelings. So as you're assessing everything, reflecting on everything, you're then going to grab another piece of paper. And what that does, on that piece of paper, what I want you to do is write down, moving forward, how you want to feel. Because it's all about feelings and emotions, okay? How you want to feel and really move forward with whatever's written down. You know, you want to be happy, you want to be content, you want to be at peace, less stress, no drama. Whatever it is, write it down. Really focus in and hone in on the things that you're good at, the things you enjoy. And that doesn't mean we have to go through life, obviously, only doing things we enjoy. Like, I don't like cleaning the toilet. Well, you know what? It's something we've got to do anyway. Do you know what I mean? But having a Saturn retrograde gives you time to reflect, assess, prioritize things, sort things out, and it gives you major clarity, okay? And it's absolutely fantastic that you can literally do that, okay? It's a good time also, with Saturn retrograde, to focus on long-term goals, and that's why you do the reflection. You're going to fathom out what's working and what isn't. Some of you, including myself, I had a goal, and actually, as time's gone by, because we all change as people as well, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, you know what, that's okay. I'll give myself permission, give me permission to actually release and let that go. That's okay. All right. So think about any long-term goals that you've got, any responsibilities that you've got, any accountability things that you've got to do, whether you do enjoy them or whether you don't. What are you kind of roped into doing? And that's not a negative, you know what I mean? But also, you've got to make sure that you are okay. You've got to do the inner mindset work, the inner shift work that you need to do in order to be good. And really look in a Saturn retrograde, look at the adversities, the complex things that you've had to go through in order to make sure that on your reflection, you are then releasing and letting go of stuff that isn't serving you, that's not adding value or anything, so that you can focus on the success and the win-wins and the end result, the end game, what you want. All right. And with the long-term goals, what you can do is you're assessing them and working them out and everything else. Break them down into small incremental goals, small incremental steps that you can take, so that the bite-sized achievements. So then that will kind of build up your, excitement in order to get to the long-term goal. Like, the long-term goal might be 2-3 years down the line. That would feel and does feel like forever, right? So what you can do is break everything down. So this is where the reflection aspect is so powerful for you at this moment in time. So take time to reflect, gain clarity, do breath work, do whatever you need to do in order to reassess what's gone on. Do a life audit if needs be. I've spoken about this before because I did one last year as well. And, a life audit is absolutely brilliant because you can work out what's working, what isn't, what you enjoy, what you don't, what you want to release and what you don't, whereabouts in the seasons you are, where everything is placed for you. And it really is fantastic because you can literally simplify everything down. Especially if you are feeling overwhelmed, you're juggling and spinning so much, and it just might be getting a little bit too much. You have to hold yourself accountable in that moment. Go, do you know what? I've put so much pressure on myself. Like, I need a breather. I need to give myself permission to stop, to kind of take time out, to just rest, to just be, to read, to have a long hot shower, a bath, go for a walk, do whatever you need to do, go to the gym, run it out, do whatever you need to do. But give yourself permission to reflect on stuff instead of being like the hamster on the wheel, always chasing things, always going on the next thing, and you don't even kind of give yourself time to breathe. You're into the next Netflix series, or you're watching the next movie, or you're planning the next holiday vacation, or you're going into the next project at work, and you're so busy, being busy, the busyness is actually taking over everything. Okay, so one thing to actually help you with this is my anchor program called Expansion. If you go onto my website, Rebecca.x, click on programs and courses, just scroll a little bit, Expansion is right slap bang there in your face. It literally is so good, so powerful. I'm so proud of that program. Out of everything, that is that's my baby. I absolutely, hands down, love it. The results people are getting from it is phenomenal. So that is something I highly recommend. I'll pop the link in the show notes. But you've got this. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to know that you can and will achieve anything you set your mind to, and give yourself time within this Saturn retrograde to actually reflect, assess everything, gain clarity, get crystal clear on where you're going, what you're doing, and move forward.